Hi family, this is Mo with Moya Body Care and Colon Hydrotherapy, and I am your favorite colon hydrotherapist that practices the art of internal detoxification through the use of colon hydrotherapy, herbs, and natural living. And this video is part 2 of my enema series that I have been sharing with you and sharing my experience with you. And if you remember the first video that I did in this series, I was sharing with you that I was doing 7 days of enema straight with not realizing that my menstrual cycle was getting ready to start. And normally when my menstrual cycle is about to come down, like about 2 or 3 days before, my breasts get very enlarged and engorged. My breast literally goes up 3 sizes, which is crazy insane. It is uncomfortable, actually. I'm not going to say it is uncomfortable. So that tells me that my lymphatic system is trying to dump. Also, my thighs get like a little tender, as if I've been like jogging or running for a couple of days. And so I feel like, okay, my menstrual cycle is getting ready to come down. But when I was doing my 7 days of enemas, my menstrual cycle started smack in the middle of those 7 days. I had no warning signs that my menstrual cycle was coming down. I didn't even look at the calendar because there's so many other things in my brain that I have to think about. I wasn't even really paying attention to the calendar, right? So when my menstrual cycle came on or came down, I was like, wait a minute. I had no swelling in my breast, no shift in size, no discomfort in my breast at all, no discomfort in my thighs. And I'm like, wait a minute. There's something to this. So when you are giving yourself enemas and you're flushing the colon, and this is not something that I don't already know, but for some reason, I've never connected enemas to prevent PMS or to strengthen your menstrual cycle until now. Like, I've been giving myself enemas and colonics since like forever. It's like since in my 20s, as early as I can remember. Colon hydrotherapy, herbs, natural living, enemas, like saunas, like that is my thing. That's what I do, right? Outside of, and if you know me, you know that for years I was a professional dancer, if you knew me back then, and that was like my thing. That was my love. Everything I did was dance, dance, dance. I live, ate, and breathe dance for years. Like literally the first half of my life, that's all I did. So the second half of my life, which is right now, is all water. Like water, amenities, colonics, enemas, sauna, steam, baths, etc., etc. That's me. Right? Nobody can tell me anything else about water. Like, I know water inside and out and what it does to the body. However, I was completely thrown back when it completely shifted how my body responds to when my body is ready to flow in its flow for my menstrual cycle. Like literally, it was shorter by a day and a half. No PMS whatsoever. I don't have fibroid sister tumors or anything like that. I've only been pregnant once. I've only given birth once. So I don't have any trauma like, unfortunately, like rape and molestation. I don't have anything like that that's going on in my body. So my blood has always been a healthy, bright color. But let me tell you something, like the blood this time around was different. It was healthy. I don't know how other to describe it. Every blue moon, and I know this is maybe like TMI, but every blue moon in my menstrual cycle, I'll have a little bit of clotting that will come down. There was zero clotting. My menstrual cycle started on was it day 4 or day 5? I don't remember. It was either day 4 or day 5 of me giving myself an enema for 7 days. There was no clotting. My menstrual cycle was light. It was flowing like water. There was no odor. Let me point that out. No odor at all. Not to say that I have an odor when my menstrual cycle is happening normally without enemas, but literally, you know, blood has a small odor. It was very, very little. And I'm just sitting here like in my bathroom, like, This is crazy. So what I would like to recommend for any ladies that are having troubles with becoming pregnant, with fibroid sister tumors, with heavy menstrual cycles, clotting, anything like that, I would like to share with you that you do not have to struggle anymore. You have options. You have yoni steaming available. You have enemas available. You have colonics available. You have your diet available. You have herbs available to you to make a shift if you want to. So what I recommend to women now that I know this information, right? Now that I know this information, what I recommend to you is you do this. If you know that you have a regular menstrual cycle and it comes, every month at the same time, 3 to 4 days before your menstrual cycle starts, start giving yourself an apple cider vinegar enema every day at the same time prior to your menstrual cycle starting, and see what happens. Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. And we're not even talking about or have gotten to the parasite situation, right? So I'm going to go back to that in a moment, to the parasites in a minute. But just for those who have heavy menstrual cycles, or there's an odor, or you have yeast infections, or you have discharge, start to give yourself daily enemas. And so the recipe for the enema is this: 32 ounces of spring water or distilled water in a traditional hot water enema bag. So you're not using a fleet enema, you're not using a plastic bag enema, you're using the hot water bag, traditional enema bag. You're only going to add 32 ounces of water, spring or distilled, in that water. You're going to add 1 to 4 ounces of apple cider vinegar. Now, how many ounces is up to you. I don't recommend you go over 4 ounces because you only have 32 ounces of water. So if you increase your apple cider vinegar past 4 ounces, you have to increase your water intake that's in the water bottle. So keep it under 4 ounces if you're doing 32 ounces of water. And then you're also going to add 2 to 3 pinches of pink Himalayan salt. Just a pinch, put it in there, pinch, put it in there, pinch, put it in there. Your enema water should be warm. So when you test it on the inside of your wrist, it should be warm, not hot, but warm. Because remember, this water is flowing internally, it's not externally. So your skin on the outside is very different from the skin inside of your body, okay? And you're going to take the water in, you're going to turn the water off, pull the enema out, and you're going to hold it. You're going to hold it for as long as you can. And normally what I do is I stretch up, I lean over, I lean back, I go to the right side. And then normally when I get to the right side, I feel things like cracking up. And it's the funniest feeling ever. It literally feels like things are cracking. And by the time I feel that, I go ahead and I sit on the toilet and it all comes out. Now, my menstrual cycle has since been over. And so I gave myself an enema yesterday because yesterday it was a very difficult day for me yesterday emotionally. All of my clients were struggling. It's very difficult, very difficult. So when I got home, I was very heavy emotionally, heart space wise, just heavy. So I said, I'm going to go ahead and do another enema, apple cider vinegar enema. And I did that. This time it felt a little bit different when I did the enema around the 3rd time. So normally I take the water in about 4 times, right? And then I'm done. By the 3rd time that I did my 3rd insertion and I'm taking the water in, it just felt different. And I'm like, what is going on? And it actually felt a little painful. And then my emotions got to being all like weird. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And then I sat on the toilet. I could feel it, yo. I could feel the parasites coming out. I am not lying. So I sit down and waste comes out of me. And, I'm a colon therapist. So I'm always looking and poking and prodding. And there was a bunch of white parasites. Fluke worms. That's basically what it was. They were crystal clear, very, very white, like my selenite wand. It looked like that, like little strings, literally. And so the reason why I felt emotionally like whatever is because they attach and they feed on your bloodstream. So if you know anything about your bloodstream, you know your bloodstream has a frequency, and your bloodstream flows throughout your entire body, and it connects to your nervous system. So you see where I'm going with this? You see where brain fogginess, what do you call it? Brain fog, not wanting to get up, depression, anxiety, frustration. Do you see how that kind of manifests because you're not releasing waste out of your body? Once I pushed all that stuff out, once I eliminated and I took a shower and cleaned myself up, I laid on my bed and I literally went into this deep coma-like sleep. I was passed out to the point where my mouth was wide open. I've never felt so good in my entire life, right? It's like a complete reset. And I don't understand why more people don't look to enemas or look to colonics or just look to drinking water. Just if you just drink water on a regular basis, what it does to you. I want to scream to the world, like, everybody go get enema bags, or everybody come and get a colonic. Like let's clean this shit up. Let's figure this shit out. But only after we give ourselves enemas and colonics. Like, that's when you can really think clear. Like yesterday, I was emotionally drained. I'm not going to lie. I was emotionally drained. I had given a little bit too much of myself, and I needed to replenish. And it's very rare that I get to that point. But I'm human. I'm a woman first. I'm human. It's going to happen to the best of us, regardless of what you think about, oh, this person got the tools to do this. We're all human first. So when I went home, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get myself an enema. I'm going to light a candle. I'm going to light my incense. And I'm just going to just take care of me. Oh my God. After I got out the shower and after I gave myself an enema, I laid on the bed and I just kind of closed my eyes. And you know, my bedroom is just amazingly comfortable. I love it. And I just laid down and I fell asleep. And when I woke up to my partner saying, what are you doing? Like, why are you asleep so early in the bed? And I said, oh my God, I fell asleep. What the hell? Yes. Yo. If you're confused, if you don't know what to do, if your menstrual cycles, I don't even know how to consciously, like, all I can say is you have to feel it for yourself. You have to do it for yourself. You have to physically go and prepare the enema bag. It's completely a ritual, like a self-care ritual. You know, I clean my bathroom first. I make it smell really nice and pretty. I clean everything up. Then I hang my enema bag. I make my water. I boil the water on the stove. Then I have my candle going. I come back into the bathroom. You know, I do my insertion. I'm taking the water in. I'm meditating. I'm breathing. And once I feel the water moving through my colon, I sit down, I let it out, and I do it again 3 or 4 more times. Like, that's a ritual. It's a self-care ritual. You can even listen to video or audio while you're doing this. Like, the oath of manifestation can be playing in the background. Like, do you guys know this tool and how to use it? Oh my freaking goodness. Like, I want to go outside and just scream, like, do this. But anyway, I'm going to stop. I digress. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out to me. My phone number is 562-682-0818. My website is Moya, M-O-Y-A, bodycare.com. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram under the same handle, Moya Body Care. And my private office is located in Torrance, California. So I hope this inspires you to treat yourself a little bit better, treat your body a little bit better, be good to yourself, be good to other people.